Slugs are snails without a visible shell on the outside. They instead have a very thin scale shell located inside. Slugs are terrestrial mollusks, and they're related to oysters, clams, and crustaceans. They have 4 tentacles. 2 have eyes, and 2 are just for touch and for smell. They eat using a radula, which is like a tongue, and there are 27,000 rasping teeth on that tongue. You almost have to think of the sandpaper tongue on a cat. Though slugs have a mouth, they don't breathe through their mouth. Instead, they breathe through a very tiny hole located in the side of their body. Both snails and slugs move about using a foot that's located under the abdomen, so they're also known as gastropods, which literally means stomach foot. Like almost all gastropods, slugs are also hermaphrodites, meaning they have both male and female reproductive organs. 2 mating slugs can exchange sperm in small little packages by darting the tissue of the other. Sometimes they lay eggs, but amazingly, some slug species give birth to live offspring. As slugs and snails move along, they lay trails of slimy mucus, which can be noted by smell by other slugs who can then slip along the same road. While these trails seem slippery and slimy, though, they seem more like a kind of wet or goopy cement and very difficult to scrape away. Particularly in the lower picture here, you can see the undulation of the foot. I filmed these through glass so that we could see a little bit better. Snails and slugs are mostly herbivores and scavengers, which makes snails desirable for those who keep fish or small ponds, because a good presence of snails keeps algae down in fish tanks and also helps keep small ponds clear and clean. While most folks recognize the value of snails in a fish tank or a pond, they don't recognize slugs as being just as valuable in the same way. In 1999 and again in 2000, Earthbeat Radio broadcast an amazing and amusing interview by Janet Parker with Martin Robinson, a naturalist at the Australian Museum, while standing in his bathroom. The entire transcript can be read at the URL given here, but perhaps the blurb to Slug Redemption should be the one of the first quotes on that site. That quote, "What did you do when you last came across a live slug in the bathroom? Did you kill it, then scrub out the bathroom with toxic cleaners to make sure it didn't come back?" Well, a lot of people would have, but it's time to think again. Relax, step back, and get the slugs to help with the housework. Martin's slugs clean even the grout and the tiles and along the edges, the drain, and so on. They live in a flower pot in the bathroom or down in the drain, and because they mostly move about working quietly at night, they are seldom if ever seen by guests in his home.